Recording in progress. Welcome everybody to strength and conditioning class. So in this half-hour class, I'm Jamie Carwell, aka fitragamuffin. In this half-hour class, what we're going to do is I'm going to guide you through 4 strength moves and then 4 conditioning moves. Come back and forth, keep letting people in the waiting room. 4 strength moves, 4 conditioning moves, where I'm going to give you multiple options to complete throughout. Feel free to leave your camera on, turn your camera off, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Go ahead and do so. The timer will always be on the top left. I don't know if it's on the top right for you. I was rewatching it and I'm like, always point to the, anyway, okay. The timer and I are just guides, so take a break whenever you need it, and you'll see kind of what's coming up next in that top right-hand corner. So, water bottle, towel, weights. We do need weights today. If you don't have weights, we can always do things body weight. Anything that we do with weight, you can do body weight, or if you have canned goods, anything like that is wonderful too. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me start the music here. Oh, warming up here, warming up, step tap, side to side, opening up the chest. That heel is coming to the left, to the right. Take this at any speed that feels good for you for warm up. Maybe you add a little bit of a dancey move, hop, slide. Maybe it's a step tap side to side. Coming into air squats, knees facing toes, sitting back in that squat, pushing through the heels, gaze is forward, coming down and up. You control the depth of the squat, so make sure that you're sitting back and coming all the way up to stand, not jutting out those hips when you come up to stand. Oh, side to side punches. She added a new warm up. So here, heel twist, punch to the side as you lift, and we call it squishing the bug. So rotate that heel, you're on that toe, coming side to side, punching. Low impact jacks. So one foot is coming out and in. You can add upper body nice and high, or you can bring it up here with elbows out. Maybe you keep it in. Maybe you add a little hop with it, and that feels good for you today. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you have that tempoed breath. Oblique knee lifts. We're going to bring the knee up at a 45-degree angle. And if you want, you can add those arms kind of chopping to the side, maybe lifting up, bringing those arms up high. Maybe you want to add a little hop as you come side to side in the knee lift. Last one here, squat to sunnies, opening up, bending down, lifting up, fingers wide. Spread those fingers, give those fingers some love, opening them wide, chest out. And maybe lean that hip back. Sunrise. Up. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Our first one, we're going to grab a weight. Our first weighted one is going to be a rated reverse lunge to squat. I'm going to grab a weight here, hold it at my chest, knee bend, and reverse lunge. Knee bend, reverse lunge. This is going to be the first one. I'll give a lot of options. You can also have a step back for that reverse lunge. The second one is going to be a bench over front raise. You're going to hinge and lift up those weights, slowly lowering down. We'll start with the weighted reverse lunge. 2 squats, holding here, stepping back, knees aligned with toes. Coming into that squat, and coming down. You control the depth. So maybe you're here, coming down. Maybe you're here. Or maybe you want to keep it low and come into the squat and into the reverse lunge. Push off through that front heel. Engage those glutes. Always hold on to something for balance if needed. That, like I said, we don't even have to have grab the weight half the time. Maybe you're just here for range of motion. All right, couple options for this bent over front raise. Hinge, front raise, lifting down, bringing it down up. If you want supported, you can have one at a time or both. So hinge forward, core engaged, gaze forward, lifting up, bring it back down. A progression here is going to be bringing it up and squeezing those elbows back down and up, come down. Bring it up, squeeze elbows back down and slowly lower. Come up, reset whenever you need it. Hinging forward, core engaged. Elbows are soft, lifting up and slowly lowering that weight. Always use something for support for that core if needed. Just make sure you switch halfway if that's what you're doing today. All right, now for the conditioning movements. We're gonna do 2 movements 4 times. Lateral high knees, option 1. Walking to the side, lateral. You use the room that you have. Option 2, adding that hop, laterally. We're moving laterally. Option 3, you're lifting side to side. Option 4, here, and side to side movement. So, here, lifting up those knees laterally. You choose what works best for you today. Maybe you want to come into a, I don't know, lifting it up. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Make sure you're landing soft. And down. Always grab a drink whenever you need it. Like I said, Timer and I are just guides. We're coming into mountain climbers on the wall, on the bench, on the ground. I'm going to start on the wall. Hands across from chest, driving the knees forward. Inhale and exhale. On the incline, hands are across from chest, core is engaged. Here, driving forward. On the ground, plank position, shoulders are engaged, core is engaged, and you're driving the knees forward. Maybe with either one of these, you want to add a little bit of speed. Make sure, slow and controlled, whatever you're doing, core is engaged as you're lifting. All right, lateral high knees. Drink the last of that water bottle. All right, side to side. So, option 1, coming side to side, lifting the knee. Option 2, you're adding a little bit of a hop. As we come into that lateral movement, coordination. Option 3, you don't even have to lift those knees up high too. Move lateral. Option 4, you can move laterally with lifting up those knees. Maybe you incorporate those hands up high. Lots of different options. You choose what works best for you today. And 1. Yes, sweaty already. All right, so coming into those mountain climbers, again, I'll start on the wall, incline, on the ground, hands across from chest, roll shoulders back. Lifting those knees, driving those knees. Maybe you're on a couch. Maybe you're on a countertop. What I want is that when you come off, your hands are across from chest, not up here. So try not to be here. Come up over the chest, drive the knees. Here. Make sure you're not coming down and arching that back as you switch those feet. Make sure core is stabilized throughout. All right, end of round 1. We're doing that whole thing one more time, and then we'll switch to 2 new strength moves, 2 new conditioning moves. Weighted reverse lunge or squat, grabbing whatever weight works well for you. Starting with that kind of more narrow. So option 1, we're here, tap back. Here, tap back. Option 2, maybe you add some depth. Pushing through those heels, gazes forward, try not to come down here. Another option is to have to stay low. Stay low. You can always come up in between. Add that squat in the middle. Take a break whenever you need it. Here we go. Woo! Movement for more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So this option with the bent over front raise, we have alternating. We have supported. We have up, pull back, and bring it back down. Come up whenever you need it. If you feel yourself starting to lose that core engagement, go ahead and do so. I want that hinge at the hip though, so always be supported because that's going to be that front raise here. And shoulders back. Up. But when you pull back, if you're adding that pulling back, elbows are alongside the body. When you pull back, elbows are soft. Again, add that alternating piece. Alternating, bilateral. And, all right. Coming into our heart rate, uppers, lateral high knees. So it's always good to have, as human beings, we move in all different directions. So sometimes up and back, sometimes lateral, but you know, hold diagonal to the side. We go to grab something to the side. So you want to make sure that you're training in all sorts of directions, even though we usually walk up and back, run up and back. So up, option 2, you can add a little hop. Or you can add height to those knees. You can do that with low impact as well. You can add hands up. Woo! 10 seconds of rest. Last 2 of those, and then we'll get all new ones. Oh no, one mountain climbers and then last 2. Hands across the chest, driving, knees forward. Coming into a break whenever you need it. Just timer is there, just so that we make sure this class is half hour. Breathing out, driving those knees forward. Coming into a standing break or a child's pose whenever you need it. A lot of the times I use weights for stability because of my wrists. Holding here, driving, driving, driving. And, all right. Now I said it, last 2 of these ones. Lateral high knees. And you don't have to add that lateral movement. That lateral movement is something that we can add as well. So you can be here. You can add that lateral movement. You can add that hop. I have to stare down because it takes a lot of concentration to figure out. Hop. Now, quick feet. Now, hands up. Breathing out, lateral, and there we go. Shift weight 2 with that alternating hand. Right, left, left, right. All right, last one, mountain climbers. Remember, hands across from chest. Keep that core engaged, driving, knees forward one at a time. And exhale. Try to find a tempoed breath with this piece. So I hate to have you go, out, out, out. Try to find a tempoed breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And drive. Neutral neck. Hop up or step up. All right. Now we got all new ones. Wide squat to bicep curl. I'm going to give you a lot of different variations for this. So, option 1, maybe you come into a narrow squat, bicep curl, wide squat, bicep curl for 4, or wide squat, hold it, bicep curl for 4. Bring it up after 4. Option lower down, alternating, or bilateral, same time. Maybe you come into that wide, toes out, knees out, and up. Bicep curl. Maybe you're here holding it 2 at a time. Weight is in those heels. And coming up, all the way up to stand. Gaze is forward, so make sure you're not here as you're lifting up. And at the knees coming down, breathing, inhale, exhale. Maybe you're like, I want to sit down and do the curls. Awesome. 2 and 1. All right, and it's been a while for this one. Okay, push-ups, incline, wall, countertop, quadruped. I'll go through them all. Elbows come out, 45-degree angle. Inhale, exhale on the wall. My heels are up. Exhale when you push away from the platform. That's on the countertop. If I'm in quadruped, knees are across from hips, elbows are across from shoulders. My forehead is coming down towards the ground. If I'm in a thigh pad position, I'm starting keeping that core engaged as I come up and down. In a plank position, exhaling as I come up, making sure that core is engaged, on down and up. Come into a break whenever you need it. Maybe you want to do 2, come into a break, maybe 3, maybe 4. Woo. Oh, here we go. Squat to heel touches. So, squat, ha, heel touch. Squat, heel touch, okay? Option 1. Option 2, you add a little hop. Option 1, I'll start coming into that torso rotation. Maybe you don't have the mobility to lift the foot. You can come here. You can add a hop. Coming up to stand. Breathing out in that squat. Heel. You're getting that external rotation of the hip. That's what's needed to bring that heel in. So maybe it's here. And whoo! 3 tap, double pulse lunge. All right, so tap back, 1, 2, 3, double pulse. Come back in, 1, 2, 3, double pulse, okay? You can tap back and double pulse. Hold on to something for balance if needed. You can hop back, double pulse. Make sure you're kind of on a railroad track, not a balance beam with those lunges. So, toes aligned with knees, double tap, maybe hops, maybe tap back. Maybe you're bringing those arms up nice and high with it. Whew. Perch today, all right. Second time, squat heel touches. Coming into a knee bend or a squat, ha. Internal rotation, we're trying to get that torso twist as well. So, lifting that foot off the ground is gonna create that balance challenge because I'm on the one foot. So, you can keep that foot on the ground and rotate that heel, or lift that foot, or add that hop. Exhaling, pushing through, heel coming up, breathing out. All right, 3 tap pulse lunge. I'll use the turn around magic stick. Where is it for? Balance. So if you're using something for balance, because you want to have that both knee bend in that lunge. 1, 2, 3, double pulse. 1, 2, 3. Now you should be on the other leg, double pulse. In this lunge, both knees are bending. Gaze is forward, or you add that hop. But you determine the depth as well. Push off from that front heel. Engage that glute in the back. Nice strong glutes for all the times we have to stand up during the day. And round 1 is done. All right, last one, or last round. we've done all of these. I'm still going to explain all of them and their options. Wide squat, or maybe you stay in a narrow squat, bicep curl, alternating together. You choose. Maybe you want in kind of a wider squat, or you're here and this feels good. And if you want to stay in that squat, make sure you don't rest on the joint. Sometimes you can come down. I'm not using any muscles in there. You want to make sure pushing through those heels, using those muscles and not staying reliant on those joints that are sticking you in that position. And down. That's why I always say soft knees. Don't lock out the knees, because that's going to be relying on that knee joint. And rest. All right, back to push-ups. Last time doing this one, and it won't be in next week's. I always switch this class up week to week, but this will be in the stretch class later this week. All right, hands across from chest, down, breathing out. When you push away from the ground, remember you want that kind of chevron diamond shape when you come down, not that T shape or above. Hands across from chest, exhaling. Down and up, quadruped, hands across, engage core. You have a slightly different hinge in quadruped. I'm more hinging at the hip here because my knees are stacked on the ground. In thigh pad position, so once I engage that core, I'm bringing more of my chest down like I would in that plank position. Exhaling as you come up and drive through that push-up. Squat to heel touches, 3 tap, double pulse, lunge, 4 times. Take a break whenever you need it. You know the drill. Squat to heel touches, coming down. Breathy, we want to feel breathy. We'll have a talk test, so I'm talking throughout. That piece is important, and that can start to guide you on how breathy you are specifically working. Can you talk through this? Are you like, nope, I'm not having a conversation? That probably means you're at a higher heart rate level. Rate of perceived exertion. How are you perceiving the exertion level right now? All good questions. 3 tap, pulse, lunge, back, back, double tap. Knees are aligned with that toe, so you don't want to be one and in like this. 3 pulse, 1, 2, and then double pulse. You can add that hop. Another thing I haven't added yet is you can add arms. This always reminds me of, like, I don't know, Nordic track. Do they still have those? I don't know, but you're like, dude, they singing? Yep, that was commercials. Okay, 1, 2, and you can add those arms by pushing through that front heel. Squat heel touches, last one. I counted this. I'm gonna switch this right now. Squat to heel touches. We do this every time. There we go. 2 and 1. People who have been in this class all the time know exactly what I was doing. I was changing that last one. This always says the wrong thing. I counted this time. We did. Jimmy. Down and rotate to that other heel. Again, you don't have to lift that heel up off the ground. Come do a slight hip rotation there. You can have hands up, bring them wide, prison it down, and all right. The correct name, 3 tap, 2 pulse. Not this one. I think it's a glitch. This is what it says. 3 tap, double pulse lunge. 3 hop, double pulse. Don't listen to what it says, listen to me. Come back, tap, and back. Hips are aligned, you can hop, you can step back, lifting those hands up high, opening up those shoulders. Tap back, inhale, and exhale. I'm gonna have to write the people who do this Zoom overlay. And take a break, grab a drink, wipe yourself off. Awesome, awesome job for this morning movement session, getting your joints moving. Always, always, if you went through the motions, maybe didn't have weights, I'm just so glad you're here. 2, step tap. Now we're bringing our body down, cooling body down, side to side. Step tap. So now we're bringing it down. You can kind of let it flow a little bit. Heart rate down. Good. 3, 2. Now we're gonna come into a side to side stretch. Soft knees, up and over. Soft knees, up and over. Always use something for support. Maybe you want a wall for up and over, and then you want to switch. Coming down. Just make sure whatever you do it on one side, and then do it on the other. Hip flexors, stepping back, using something for balance. Tuck the pelvis under. Engage that back glute, and you should feel a stretch in the front of that hip. 2 and 1, switching sides, tucking, engage that glute, breathing, lifting that hand up and over if that's something that feels good for you today. Heel into the ground, hamstring stretch, and inhale, exhale, in. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Inhale, good, and exhale. Oh, you all are awesome. Rolls, wrist rolls. Opening up fingertips, opening up wrists, coming down side to side, neck rolls. Make sure you keep moving that lower body as well. If it's a step tap, if it's a front tap, if it's moving, jiggling, varying. And inner thigh stretch, toes out, knees out, do something for balance. Come into an inner thigh stretch and open it up. Receive everything that, I don't know, is meant for you today. I listen to sound bites of other people and try things out, and yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to say that. Okay, awesome, awesome job. I hope you receive all of the benefits that you grasped in that movement that we just did. Oh, thank you all so much. It was wonderful seeing you all. I hope you all got some good warmth in your body, opened up for this morning. Thumbs up. Jen says thumbs up. Taylor's about to give me a heart sign. I know she is. And then, yeah, so I'm recording that dance one from last week, this week. So if you haven't gotten that one yet, it's because I haven't recorded it yet. So that will be in your inbox for those of you who had a fun snafu last time. All right, so I will see you all, what is it? Friday. I'm also hosting a donation class for my friend who is running the Boston Marathon on Saturday. So she's not running on Saturday. I'm hosting a donation-based class for her. She's running for the charity Understanding Our Differences, and I'm doing that. I just made the invite. So on Saturday Eastern time, it's 9. So I think it's going to be 6 a.m. on Pacific Standard Time. It's up. I'll put it in the newsletter for people sometime probably tomorrow. Last minute thing, obviously. So, all right. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. On the dot, 4:30. You all rocked it today. Thanks for showing up. Movement for more because you were made for more. Bye.